Welcome everybody, my name is Lori. Today we are here for a intermediate advanced practice. Today I will be teaching this class in franglais. So the foundation of the class is in English, but I will be giving cues in French to allow a little bit of inclusivity around students. I do teach in Paris, and so I do have English and French speaking students. So today's class will be in franglais. So bear with me, my French is pretty good, not perfect. So if you're here and you are a native French speaker, go easy on me. Anyway, we will begin our practice today with a theme of standing split, working on, of course, a lot of reinforcing movements, some mobility movements, and finally adding a little bit of spice at the end with a variation of avec, paroles. With that being said, if you have a block, always have it with you. We will begin seated on the mat. Croisez les jambes confortablement, placez les mains sur les genoux, begin to place the hands on the knees and close the eyes. Anytime we practice yoga, we begin with a gentle pratyahara practice, closing the eyes and taking the gaze inward. Je prends quelques cycles de respiration consciente par le nez pour bien arriver, allowing myself to simply arrive. Taking a moment to just connect to your senses, listening to sounds, les sons autour de vous, proches ou éloignés, and allowing myself to just experience sound without any attachment or judgment. Prenez conscience de les sensations à l'intérieur, noticing any tension, any physical sensation. J'observe mes émotions, noticing how you're feeling today. And allowing a little space to feel however you're feeling in your body, in your mind. And then I'm going to just shift back into the breath and allow myself to notice the lungs moving. Prendre conscience de l'air dans les narines, mouvement de vos poumons. And then slowing down the breath to create even more space. And allowing a gentle sense of release. Now I'm going to gently open the eyes and take myself onto my shins. We're not going to be here for very long, but if you need to add a block underneath the sits bones, you can. I'm going to take my knees about the width of my hips. And as I inhale, I'm going to lift my knees and rise the arms to the sky. Montez sur les genoux et les bras vers le ciel. Quand j'expire, je fais la forme de cactus. Exhale, open the heart to the sky, a little variation of camel. Inhale, reach up. Inspirez, bras vers le haut. Expirez, cactus, again, into that cactus shape. And I'm going to take my hands to the low back and cross my fingers. Croisez vos doigts, poussez vers le sol. Cœur est ouvert vers le ciel. Open heart. And then I'm going to sit down, keeping my bind and roll into child's pose. Balasana, posture de l'enfant. Front peut-être au sol et les mains vers le ciel. So relax your jaw here, your eyes, but the arms are reaching. And then for a moment, I'll relax into child's pose, the arms, the head, maybe the right temple on the floor, temple droit au sol, les bras se relâchent. And then I reach my arms forward and I roll my way up into table, dos rond, chercher une table, quatre pattes. And I'll extend my right leg out to the right with the inner edge of my foot on the floor, la jambe droite à droite, en demi-grenouille. I'm even gonna open my left leg out to the left to create more space. And maybe I'm gonna press the whole foot down on the floor, beginning in a little cat-cow movement. Inspirez, vache dos creux, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Expirez, dos rond, belly in, chest in. Chin maybe comes to the chest. Inspirez, montez coccyx, regardez le ciel. As I exhale, I pull the navel to the spine and I maybe look to the back of my mat one more time. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Find neutral spine and then reach the right arm up. Montez bras droit vers le haut, regardez la main. And the little half frog, thread the needle. Right arm goes underneath the left, bras droit à gauche, regarde le ciel. Again, inhale, right arm lifts, bras vers le haut. And again, right arm threads, bras droit sous le buste, regarde le plafond. Again, inhale, right arm up, bras droit vers le haut. And again, a right arm threads, go as far as you can, really stretching that inner thigh, and then reach up. And then hand goes down, la main droite au sol. I'm going to gently lift into gate pose, lifting up, palms touching. I'm going to turn myself just so you can see how I'm setting up here. And then I'm just going to turn my right foot to the right, soften into the knee just a little bit and open the arms. I'm going to create a little mini variation of triangle pose. So I'm going to reach towards the right foot, tirer la main droite vers le côté droite, ramener le main à l'intérieur du jambe et bras gauche vers le haut. Sweeping the arm up, gently send the hips forward. Try to lift the arm if you need to, align just a little bit more. And then as I exhale, I'm going to find almost a supported side plank. Placez la main gauche au sol, bras droite vers le côté gauche. If you need a block under the hand, place a block. Take an inhale and then both hands to the floor, les deux mains au sol. And now I'm back in that half frog shape. And I'm gonna walk my hands forward into puppy pose. Before I do that, just make sure that the left knee is under the left hip. I'm gonna keep my frog leg and I'm going to extend forward, forehead and forearms go to the floor. Inspirez. Vous êtes sur les avant-bras, le front au sol. Si c'est pas accessible, vous pouvez ramener les genoux droits au sol et faites votre puppy pose classique. So if you need that right knee on the floor, you can. And if you can access the chin, of course you can go there. I'm going to take both hands back underneath me. I begin with the right hand, la main droite au sol, après la main gauche au sol, and I'm going to come back onto my shins and take a little seat. We'll do the whole thing again. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Inspirez, bras vers le haut. Exhale, cactus, elbows down, heart open. Coude vers le sol. Inspirez, ramenez les bras vers le haut. Again, belly in. And then exhale, cactus the elbows. Attrapez les mains vers le bas de votre dos. Changez le croisement des doigts. Again, same thing, but fingers change their cross. Inhale, open heart. And exhale as you first sit. And then find your child's pose. Je vais ajouter un tout petit peu plus si vous souhaitez. We'll lift into maybe a little rabbit shape. Je vais ramener mon bassin vers le ciel. Peut-être que j'arrive sur le sommet de ma tête. Maybe you're on your crown. Inhale. And then exhale, child's pose, arms relax. And maybe this time the opposite temple goes to the floor. Relâchez la tempe au sol. Arms go forward, bras vers l'avant. And then I'm going to find my table. I'm going to extend my left leg into this half frog, demi-grenouille à gauche. Il faut que vous trouviez de la sensation à l'intérieur de la jambe, looking for that adductor stretch. Adjust your foot as needed, and then inhale, cow, tail lifts, gaze lifts, on vache dos creux. Expirez, dos rond, absorbez le nombril. Try to look to the back of your mat. Inhale, lift the tail, lift the gaze. Exhale, round, navel in, push the mat away. Last one, inhale, cow spine. Exhale, cat spine. Again, neutralizing, I reach my left arm up, ramenez bras gauche vers le haut. Expirez, demi-grenouille, thread the needle, bras gauche sous le buste. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left arm threads. Really going for sensation. Don't stop about halfway, really go for it. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left arm twists. I bring my left arm up and I place my left hand down. And then once you get there, begin to walk your way, hands to the knees, and we lift up to gate. Posture de la portail. And then I'm going to turn my left foot gently to the left and micro bend that knee with the arms open. I create a little triangle trikonasana variation. It might be a little bit more limited since you're not on that right foot, a little less space in the hips. That's okay. Adapt as needed. You can always use a block under your hand if you like. And then we do that side plank variation. La main droite au sol sur une brique. Ramenez le bras gauche à droite, left arm to the right. And then both hands to the floor, les deux mains au sol. Puppy pose, finding your Anahatanasana. Any adaptations you need here are perfect. Maybe you'll feel that one side you have a little bit more accessibility to go deeper, and that's fine. Adjust as needed. Relâchez mâchoire, letting go of any facial tension. And then I take one hand underneath me. I like the left hand, la main gauche après la main droite. And now I find tabletop quatre pattes. Again, adjust as needed. Alignez les épaules, poignets. Engagez les mains, little hasta bandha with your hands. Shift forward, go down. Baby chaturanga, ashtangasana. Inhale, bhujangasana, cobra pose. And then exhale into down dog, shantatomba. Lifting the hips high to the sky. I take a moment here to just breathe. I like to close my eyes, pedal my heels, make any little movements that you like. Faites tous les mouvements qui fait du bien. La tête à droite à gauche, en oui, non, si ça fait du bien. And then inhale, bend your knees, sit back, look forward. Walk your feet to hands, pieds entre les mains. Uttanasana, relax your head. Attrapez les coudes opposite, grabbing the elbows with the hands into ragdoll, poupée chiffon. Nice moment to close the eyes and let the belly graze against the thighs. Bend the knees if you need. Pliez les genoux plus si vous avez besoin. Relâchez les bras, arms down. Inhale, half lift, dos plat. I look gently forward. Expirez, plongez, fold over your legs. Dos range ou dresse, round your spine to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana, expirez les bras vers le sol. Palms face forward, inviting stillness and strength. Inspirez, touchez les paumes, montez les bras, Urdhva Hastasana, arms rise. Expirez, plongez vers le sol, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inspirez, dos plat, halfway lift. Pied droit au fond du tapis, step right foot back. Moving into low lunge, Anjaneyasana, genou au sol, montez les bras, palms touch. And then as I exhale, I find planche plank pose, hands go down, left foot meets the right. If you're ready for that chaturanga, go for it, go forward and down. Inspirez, chante en haut, up dog. Expirez, chante en bas, down dog. I take an inhale. I take an exhale. Inhale, the right leg rises, jambe droite vers le haut. I like to keep the leg straight and slide it to the sky. Expirez, genou front, knee to nose. Place your foot in between your hands. Placez le pied. Left knee down, we lift back to low lunge. Anjaneyasana, ramenez vos bras vers le ciel. And then we finish the cycle in Uttanasana. Placez les mains au sol, pied gauche avec pied droit devant. On the inhale, la spine is long, dos plat. On the exhale, I fold, relâchez le buste. Dos range ou adresse, round your way to standing. And again, Tadasana, discipline into stillness. Inhale, palms touch, arms rise. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, plongez vers le sol. Inhale, half lift, dos plat. Exhale, left foot back, pied gauche vers l'arrière. Anjaneyasana, genou au sol, ramenez les bras, arms up. Expirez, plonge. Maybe you go directly into chaturanga. The right leg goes back and you lower. Inspirez, chante ton haut, cobra. Expirez, chante ton bas, down dog. As you inhale, the left leg sweeps to the sky, jambe gauche vers le ciel. Expirez, genou front, take the knee to the nose and place your foot down. Genou droit au sol, right knee down, touch the palms, lift the arms. And then exhale, Uttanasana, right foot meets the left, placez pied droit devant avec pied gauche. As I inhale, the spine is long, dos plat. As I exhale, I fold, Uttanasana. Dos rond, je redresse, round your way up. And again, Tadasana. Even though you are active. The thighs, the belly, the arms, the fingers. Inhale, palms touch, montez les bras. Expirez, plongez, fold over your legs. Inhale, half, lift au plat. Walk, hop, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog, Shantatonda. Take an inhale. And take an exhale. I lift my right leg up, jambe droite vers le haut, chant trois pattes. Expirez, genou front, knee to nose, and I pause at the top of my mat. So as you inhale, lift the spine higher, compress even more. And then exhale the foot in between the hands, pied entre les mains. Genou au sol, left knee down, Anjaneyasana, reach your arms up. I'm going to make Kali Mudra, just the index fingers together and the fingers are crossed. And then I'm going to exhale into Warrior 3, Guerrière 3. You can keep the arms by the ears for more spice or take them in front of the heart as I lift into my Warrior 3. I have my right leg pretty much straight, a little micro bend, la jambe droite presque tendue, j'inspire. And now I'm going to bend my right knee, plier les genoux droits plus. And I'm going to move into a half or demi pistol squat. Ramenez le genou gauche à la poitrine. Hello, my tree. And then extend the left leg forward where the left foot is flexed. And my abs are engaged. A little wibble wobble, that's okay. Inhale. And then exhale back to Warrior 3, avoiding your house plant. Woo. Inhale. And then exhale into Warrior 1. Gros orteil gauche, talon gauche. Ramenez les bras vers le haut. Guerrière 1. So in that first Virabhadrasana, bend the knee, press into the outer foot, but then pull the navel in, and then exhale into half moon, demi-lune. Look in front of your foot and fly. The right arm goes down, the left arm goes up. You peel the heart open, lift the leg. Inhale here, and then exhale into Warrior 2, Guerrière 2. Step the foot back. Lift the arms up, finding your second Virabhadrasana shape. The knee is over that ankle, and the right thigh is reaching for parallel, belly is in, and then we reverse triangle. Tendez la jambe droite, bras droit vers le ciel. And then moving into triangle shape, bras droit loin vers le côté droit, your right arm to the right, inside of the leg, and then left arm up to the sky, bras gauche vers le ciel. Pull the navel in and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Easy twist. La main gauche au sol. Left hand down. Bras droit vers le ciel. Right arm up. Inhale here and then exhale to standing split. La main droite au sol. Right hand down. Bras gauche vers le ciel. Excusez-moi. Jambe gauche. Left leg. Now, even if you're not super flexible, that's okay. But you're going to bend the right knee just a little bit and try to touch the belly to the thigh. Relax your head. And then you're going to stretch that left leg up. I'm going to place my two hands on the floor, les mains au sol. Je vais sauter, chant trois pattes. I'm going to take a hop back to three-legged dog. Inhale. Now bend the knee and open the hip. Pliez le genou, ouvrez la hanche, essayez à garder les épaules solides. And then I'm going to find a wild thing option to never touch the floor with the left toes. I like to go in slow motion. Posture sauvage. Je float mon pied gauche, option. Inhale, lift a little higher. And then exhale, left hand down, genou gauche, coude gauche. I'm going to lower down, bend the elbow, extend my left leg into Kundalini. Inhale. And then back to chant trois pattes. Right foot down, left leg up, yeehaw. Inhale here. Bend the left knee, open the hip. Lift, 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 lift. Place your left foot in front of your right. Placez pied gauche devant pied droite. I'm going to try to touch my heel down, and if I touch my toes, my foot is too close, I'm going to step it a full foot ahead. Montez la jambe droite sans bouger vos mains. Do not cheat. Leave your hands where they are. Stretch your right leg up. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Place your right foot in front of your left. Pied droit devant pied gauche. Again. Montez la jambe gauche. Left leg up. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Pliez les genoux. J'ouvre la hanche. Je place mon pied gauche devant pied droit. Taking a walk to the top. Again. Right leg up. Consciously soften your facial muscles. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Right foot in front of the left, and now you should have your toes aligned with your thumb pretty much, and then lift your left leg up, jambe gauche vers le haut. A couple of options here. The first option is just to play with your balance and grab that ankle. Second option is to bend the knee, open the hip, and grab the foot with the hand. Option numéro 3, je fais les deux. J'ai la main gauche, la main droite, pied gauche ensemble, et je vais essayer à attraper mon cheville droite. I'm going to take that left hand to my right ankle, and I'm going to lift, I'm going to lift, I'm going to stretch, I'm going to breathe. And then both hands back to the floor, les deux mains au sol. Genou gauche à la poitrine, left knee to chest, look forward. And again, avoiding your house plant with your head. Here you're going to stand. Take your left toe into your right fingers. Yogi toe lock, gros orteil gauche, index majeur de la main droite. I'm going to twist to the left, open my arm, and maybe look towards my left hand. Don't forget your breath. Twist even more if you can. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, Urdhva Hastasana, both feet down, both arms rise. Inspirez, bras vers le haut. Expirez, plongez, fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, you lift halfway, dos plat. Exhale, you walk, you hop, the Chaturanga, Dandasana. Inhale, heart through, Cobra Up Dog. Exhale, Down Dog, Shanti Tomba, Ardha Mukha. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. I'm going to move a little away from my houseplant. I like to get really to the front of my mat. Inhale the left leg up, jambe gauche vers le haut. And then knee to chest, genou, poitrine, hold. I want you to get higher, compress more, lift, lift, lift. Placez le pied entre les mains, foot goes. Genou droit au sol, right knee down, montez les bras, touchez les pommes. Kali Mudra, reach your arms up. And then fly into your warrior 3, guerrière 3. Place your hands anywhere that you need. I begin with both legs straight. And I'm reaching forward, I'm reaching back. I'm lifting the belly towards my spine, and then I move into my demi-pistol squat. Right leg extends forward, my foot is flexed. Connect to your strength. You inhale, belly engage. Expirez, guerrière 3, go back. Place your big toe, your heel, gros orteil talon. Ramenez les bras vers le haut. Inhale, you're in warrior 1. Guerrière 1. Demi-lune, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Look where you want to go, and then when you're ready, you fly. Looking at your left hand is a little more accessible. Looking at your right hand is a little spicier. You do you. And then I find warrior 2, guerrière 2. Toe heel. And I arrive. Adjust as needed. Look at that left hand. Go deeper into the shape. And as you exhale, reverse Trikonasana. Tendez la jambe. Left leg straightens. And then Trikonasana triangle. Bras gauche vers le côté gauche. Left arm goes left and then down. Tug gently the tailbone. Open the heart to the sky. Reach through your fingers. And then exhale. Easy twist. La main droite au sol. Bras gauche vers le ciel. The legs are in a lunge. Je suis en fente avec mes jambes. Inhale, exhale, standing split. Les mains au sol, jambe droite vers le haut. Take a second to catch your breath. Let the head relax. The face relaxes. The legs are strong. And then I look down, I place my hands, and then I hop to chant trois pattes.
Trying to make as little noise as I can. Three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, open the hip, pliez le genou, ouvrez la hanche solide avec mes épaules. My shoulders are strong and aligned, and then I move into my floating option wild thing. Si vous avez envie pour la classique posture sauvage, si vous tapez le pied, ne t'inquiète pas. Right knee, right elbow, la main droite au sol, genou droit, coude droite. Woo. And then here I'm going to lower down, extend my legs, shift, 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 and float, and then lift back up. Always just doing my best. Bend the knee, open the hip. Place your right foot in front of your left. Placez pied droit devant pied gauche. Inspirez, jambe gauche vers le haut. Bend the knee, left hip opens. Left foot in front of the right, pied gauche devant pied droit. Montez la jambe droite, right leg up. I like to lift on my fingertips. Bend the knee, open. Keep your weight in your legs. Pied droit devant pied gauche. Let right foot in front. Jambe gauche. The French-English mess is beginning. Left foot in front of right, pied gauche devant pied droite. Taking my baby steps, right leg up, jambe droite vers le haut. Option, j'attrape mon cheville avec mes mains. Option, hands to ankle. Option, left hand, right foot, pied droite, main gauche. After I reach that knee to the sky, option, j'attrape mon cheville gauche avec la main droite. Going for the behind, reach, 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 lift, 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 stretch, stretch, stretch. Hands to the floor, les mains au sol. Knee to chest, ramenez les genoux droits à la poitrine. Your drishti, your gaze is strong. You're standing, you go for the toe, pied droit to la main gauche, and then I like to do the whole move at once, like a big rainbow arm. Gaze goes with you. Je fais un twist à droite et je regarde la main droite. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, both feet down, both arms up. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. As you inhale, the spine is long, Dupla. And as you exhale, you walk, you hop, Chaturanga. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, hips rise. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the floor, genoux au sol, fesses contre les talons. Sit back on your heels. We're going to do 2 rounds of camel pose. The first we will begin at a higher position going down, and the second round we will begin low and go up. So it's 2 options to get there for you. If you can't quite reach your heels in the first round, it's best to do that same style again for the second round. Of course, on va faire le chameau 2 cycles de différentes manières à installer dans le posture. J'ai presque oublié le français. Désolée. Yes, so here we go. Genoux le large du bassin, knees go a little wide. I'm going to lift to my knees, genoux, crochet les orteils, curl your toes. If the tops of your feet on the floor, you're going to have to reach further to find your heels. So you get to decide how far you want to have to reach for those heels. I like to curl my toes under and give myself a little space. Now, I'm going to place my hands on my low back. C'est pas forcément le dos, c'est pas les fesses, c'est entre les deux. I like to say often in my classes that it's like you're looking for your jean pockets. Now after, I'm going to push my hands down in those jean pockets. I'm going to look up to the sky and I'm going to lift the chest and then open to the heart. Inhale, up a little higher, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, begin to journey back. With each inhale, I lift my chest higher. And with each exhale, I go a little deeper. Inhale up, exhale back. Keep those glutes and abs engaged. And now I'm going to grab right heel, left heel, and then I'm going to lift and press the hips forward. Try to squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. Glutes are active. Gentle smile. And then one hand goes to the low back. Je remonte. Et je m'assois. I sit down, take my toes to the floor. That takes a lot out of you. That posture is quite intense, so it's okay if you need a moment. Les mains contre les cuisses. Je ferme mes yeux peut-être. And I just slow down my breath.
Now, the second round we're going to do differently. It's always subjective what's going to be easier or more complicated or whichever. So I like to say that subjectively, the second variation is easier for me. I think that the reason that it is easier for me because I go naturally into that shoulder extension. And when I start from the top, it's hard for me to figure out where my shoulders are gonna go to where I really can create space and openness. So that is my only theory on why it might be a little bit easier for me to go in from the second option, but you can choose whichever that you prefer. Si vous avez envie à faire l'autre manière, faites l'autre manière. Ne t'inquiète pas. Je vais commencer de la même manière sur mes genoux. I begin on my knees, crochet les orteils, curl the toes under. But this time I'm going to sit down and grab my heels from the bottom. Attraper les talons. I'm going to engage my glutes while I'm moving. Je vais engager mes fesses en route. Donc je vais prendre une belle inspiration. I take an inhale. J'expire. Next inhale, I lift up. Inspirez, montez vers le haut. Engagez les abdos. Ouvrez le cœur vers le ciel. Lift the chest. Press hips forward. Let the head fall back and then breathe. And then the same way I get out, I take one hand. I lift. And now I'm going to sit down. I'm going to take my knees close together. Genoux push. And then I'm going to lie down, belly to thighs, and relax my low back. And now finally, I'm going to lie down my back. Je m'allonge sur le dos. And I'm going to take my knees into the chest. Apanasana, genoux à la poitrine. A little movement if you like. Balancez si ça fait du bien. We're going to do 2 rounds of any bridge variation that you like. We have 3 options. Of course, there are many variations. I'm going to grab my block. One option is the passive variation where we place the block underneath the tail and we either keep the knees bent or we extend the legs. Si vous choisissez, that's always a hard one for me. Si vous choisissez la variation passive, restez en passive pendant le temps qu'on fait les 2 cycles. So if you are doing the passive variation, you stay there. Otherwise, you have a half bridge with the arms on the floor where we lift to the sky. You can do it 1 or 2 times. And you have also the wheel where we place the hands on the floor and we lift up. I'm going to do 1 of each. And of course, you can do 2 of the same or 1 of each with me or the passive variation. Pour la première cycle, je tends mes bras, je place mes paumes au sol. I'm going to place my palms on the floor, my arms are on the floor. I place my feet and I'm going to lift my hips, my heart, my chest. I'm going to lift as high as I can, but I'm going to take my shoo out. But I'm not going to lift my heels because I want to get as much height as I can using my muscles. So je vais monter plus haut possible sans décoller mes talons. Je vais monter plus haut. Je vais respirer. Don't forget to breathe. I inhale, I go a little higher if I can, and then I exhale, I lower down. Je descends. Now in between both sides, I'm going to take a rest. If you go into your half bridge again and you want to change it up a little bit, this time you can take that clasp where the hands come together and you wiggle your shoulders underneath. I'm going to move into the second round of wheel pose. Je vais placer les mains à côté de ma tête, pieds au sol, feet on the floor. I'm going to roll to my hands, roll to my head, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to push the mat away. Je pousse contre mes bras. J'essaie à pousser le poitrine entre les bras. I breathe, I press the mat away. I take an inhale, and then as I exhale, I'm going to take the chin to chest. Monte dans la poitrine. Je place la tête au sol. Gently placing the head down. And now I'm going to take my knees to the chest. Genou, poitrine. Here I'm just going to sway from right to left. I'm going to let my knees fall to the right into a supine twist. Genou droite à droite. Excuse me, les genoux à droite. Right hand rests on the legs et la main droite sur les jambes. Regardez à gauche. Look at your left hand and close your eyes. Slowing down the breath. take about 2 more inhales here. And then I'm going to take the hips back to the floor, bassin au sol, genou, poitrine, knees come back to the chest. And I take some just movement right to left to sort of calibrate. Après, je vais laisser mes genoux tomber à gauche. I'm going to let my knees fall to the left. I like to shift my hips over a little bit if it feels a little awkward. La main gauche contre les jambes, left hand on the legs. Tournez la tête à droite, turn the head to the right. And of course, the eyes can close. Finally, I'm going to let my hips come back to the floor, bassin au sol. I'm going to take my knees back to the chest and then maybe into happy baby. Whatever you like. Vous pouvez rester avec les genoux à la poitrine. Vous pouvez trouver une dernière posture de happy baby ou une posture de votre choix finalement. Whatever that you like to end your practice. Some people like to find a little butterfly lying down. Some people like a static happy baby or gravity pulls the knees to the floor. And then we find Shavasana. Si vous avez envie à placer votre brique ou vos briques, excusez-moi, sous les jambes, if you like to take blocks under the legs or a pillow, always take the time, because this moment of rest is one of the most important moments of practice. Allowing yourself real rest after an effort. Try not to let any sounds around you bother you. Such beautiful sounds of life. And just let the body relax a little deeper with each exhale, as if you're melting into the floor. As I begin to reintroduce life into my body, I invite you to take as long as you want in this Shavasana. Vous êtes invité à rester ici comme vous voulez. Après, même je finis la pratique avec vous. So, as I move and say my final last words with you, know that you can lie here for as long as you need. So me, I'm gonna wiggle my way gently into life to say my goodbye to you. If you will come with me, that's one thing. Si vous restez au sol, c'est parfait. I'm going to keep my eyes closed and make my way up to my seat. And I place my hands in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. Je place mes mains devant le cœur et je relâche ma tête vers mes mains. Thank you all for being here, sharing your time and your practice. Merci beaucoup pour partager votre pratique avec moi. Namaste.